Yes, what's going on, producer friends? When you know, back with another video. Today we're talking about why I'm an absolute simp for Vital, or I guess that's how the kids are saying it these days. But seriously, I love this plugin. I mean, it's free, it's powerful. What else more do you really want? And there's a couple of little hidden tips, tricks, things that I found in here that make it extremely useful. But that being said, of course, I'm not going to hit every single little thing. So if you know of any tips or tricks within Vital, comment them below if I don't hit them in this video. And also, along with this video, over at my Patreon, patreon.com/whenyouKnow, I'll be giving away a small pack of Vital presets that I've made, various things, couple basses, couple pads, you know, get some variety in there a little bit. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and hop into Vital and start talking about it. All right, sick. Here we are in Vital. Got the default skin because I'm basic. But the first thing that we're going to talk about is actually this little button right here, this Transpose Snap. So what this is going to do is it basically, if you route an LFO to the pitch, it will snap it to these particular notes. So say we just do a little C minor pentatonic thing, grab the LFO, route it to the pitch. So you can hear how it's moving up through the scale and then back down through it. And you can tell right here, this little number is the amount of steps that it's going to move. So right now it'll move, let's see if we can get it to 12, 12.48, close enough. That'll be a full octave. So it's just gonna go straight up the octave in the scale and then straight back down. Or we can have it go straight down if we mess with the LFO. I think this is super useful if you're trying to make atmospheric noises and get really quick arps going on really quickly without having to sit there and draw in every single MIDI note. All right, and the second tip we have is going to be using these Ranom LFOs. And a lot of synths have these, but I just really love the algorithms that they have in these ones particularly. So let's go ahead and grab it and we'll throw it onto our pitch just since we already have that up. And we have a couple of different styles that we can change it to, and we can also sync it. And another cool thing we can do is actually make it so the right and left channels are different by turning on this stereo selection right here. And let's just put some detune on these saws so they're not as annoying. So you can see how this would be super helpful if we threw on some reverb and, you know, had this as maybe like a background noise during a breakdown or something. So the next one I think would only be used in very specific cases, but I have definitely used it before. And this example that I'm going to show, obviously there's different ways to use it, but I'm going to show you how to use it on reverb. And what we're going to use is this little lift feature right here. So I'm going to throw it on the mix. So basically what this is going to do is if we watch, I'm going to hold down the note and it's going to shoot up the value just as I let go, kind of like a release. But what I'm going to do actually is have it go the opposite way. So it turns the mix of the reverb off completely. So when I hold the note down, the reverb will be going. Once I let go, the reverb is going to be cut and not hang over like it usually would. We can do the same thing with the delay. So like I said, a little bit more specific, but definitely a cool little effect to have in your tool bag. All right, so for the fourth tip, we're going to come over to this filter section and select a comb filter. And we'll just go low, high. Actually, we'll do flange plus for now. Now, this is really what sets Vital apart, in my opinion, for sound design, is that anytime you have a filter, it shows you in semitones where you're going to be moving that filter to. And this is massive when you're using, you know, pitched filters like a flange or something like that with high resonance, or even just, you know, a low pass with high resonance. To be able to see exactly which harmonics you're going to be affecting is massive, especially when, you know, creating dubstep basses and doing weird, more weird sound design stuff. So you can hear right now that the filter is completely in tune. You can move it up and down. So let's move it up an octave. And if you want to get really precise with it, you can just hold down Control and move it. and that'll make it super, super precise. So we can get exactly or almost exactly an octave. Say we want more of like a fifth kind of thing. So we move it up to 19 semitones. And it keeps it in tune. The only problem is, right, if I start moving notes, it keeps that same note on top. This is always a problem that I have a lot, and this is why I always have to end up flattening audio and stuff like that. But we don't have to do it in this case if we move the key tracking to 100%, and we'll have to readjust the filter a little bit. Let's move it to back to maybe an octave right there, something like that. Now, if I hit a note, it's in tune. If I move up, it moves with it. So now you can see how that's super useful. It keeps the filter in tune for you. All right, so the next tip is going to be using this compressor here, and we have it on the multiband mode. That's going to be more of like an OTT kind of situation. But the other cool thing is that we can change it to this low band and also this high band, and gives us way different characters. And then obviously single band. I find this super useful when you're creating really heavy basses or something that you want OTT on, but you want a little bit more control over the characteristic of the sound. And one bonus tip actually that I just discovered while messing around was if you actually go into this advanced tab, there is actually a spectral analyzer and a waveform analyzer right up here. Didn't know that. That's really sweet. Definitely going to use that from now on. All right, and that is it. 5 tips and tricks for Vital that you might not have heard of. But like I said, of course, I'm not going to be able to hit every little thing. There's probably things in Vital that I still haven't discovered yet. So if you know anything, definitely say something in the comments about it. I learn a lot of stuff from the comments. It's always good to have little discussions down there. If you want the mini Vital preset pack, link in the description, patreon.com/whenyouKnow. But for now, I'll see you guys in the next one.